trying something new. I've been kind of not really stalking, but just kind of like well, how would you say this? I don't know. I just stumbled upon this sort of tea that everyone seems to be sipping these days. And to be honest, it's really interesting. But when I first heard this, I was like, wait a minute. Like, everyone always looks at tweets from the past. But I'm like, don't you just leave those tweets in the past? You do, right? Yeah. That's what I would do. Like, it's in the past. People change, blah, blah, blah. All that la di da stuff. By the way, I'm drinking coffee, not tea. So, yeah. So, I thought we'd get my full reaction of Laura Lee's apology video, because I've seen these other videos of YouTubers like Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star's Snapchat kind of shading these people, and a lot of drama channels, like the 10-minute long, like everything wrong with Laura Lee in 10-minute video. Like, to begin with, when I first like saw like Laura Lee's YouTube channel, I feel like I was gonna burp. I didn't really care too much for her because I get annoyed with people really easily. So that's why, but I did watch her videos a couple times. Like, some of her videos are fine. And then, so when this new thing came up, and Laura Lee, right here, about, oh wow, there's a live sub count. That's so funny. Okay, that's really weird. Oh yeah, she's like losing followers. That's what I've heard because of all this. So, if you're not aware, in the past, Laura Lee has had some tweets that are a bit controversial now that weren't when she tweeted them, which were, I'm guessing, 2012. And when I first heard of this, I was kind of like, why are people worrying about tweets that happened so long ago? Because this kind of the same thing happened to Jeffree Star, to these other people, like not the director for the Guardians of the Galaxy. He did some like weird controversial tweets, and like that whole thing went down. If you haven't heard of it, then the same with Shane Dawson, but it was with his podcast. But the thing that's different about this one is how she reacted and how long it took her to respond and apologize. So we're just gonna take a look at this little video right here. And as I can already see, it's not as long as most apology videos are. So if we look at like, probably like Tana Mojo, like when she had an apology video, it was long, like longer than a movie, it seemed. And then one for Shane Dawson, it was a bit, probably like over 15 minutes. I'm not sure from the top of my head, but I did watch the whole thing and I felt for him. Like, that was, it felt genuine because of how long it was. So, from the snippets that I've seen and the opinions of other people that I've heard, this doesn't seem so genuine. And from the Queen of Crying herself, Trisha Paytas even said that it's just pitiful, to be honest. So let's start watching this, and yeah. By the way, this is the first time I'm doing a video like this, so I feel a little bit out of my element. And I don't know. I like me some gossip. I like me some tea, but I don't like any tea involving me. So, there we go.
I want to talk to you guys in this video. It's been
so far, I don't like what she's doing with her hands. Like, this. Like, when you're crying, you know damn well you're not gonna be doing this. when I'm crying my eyes out, I'm literally got my sleeves up. I'm like this. Like, I'm scrunching my face. I'm like literally trying to get these tears out of my face. Like, you get it, right? Like, you don't, like, huh? Okay.
It's probably the hardest things I've ever done. I'm so sorry.
Again with the hand. The hand. I don't. Hand. And also, she's very high pitched. Like, I get it, like, when you're crying, it's hard to talk, so you're, like, an octave higher. But usually, a voice is more groggy and more, like, raw. Not like, oh my god. Because that's fake crying. Everyone knows how to fake cry, and fake crying usually. I'm about to real cry. Oh my god. Stop it. Anyways,
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry for disappointing you.
did you just see that spit? Yikes. She's dedicated.
It hurts me so bad to disappoint you all who have supported me for so many years and know that I'm better than that person. I, 6 years ago, decided to retweet things that were so vile.
Last time I checked, she didn't retweet them. She actually tweeted them from the screenshots we've seen on Twitter. And if I'm not mistaken, unless she hasn't already deleted these, if you go back to her Twitter, they're on her tweets. So she's either lying or she's lying. I don't get it, boo. Like, most people at this point would own up to it and be like, yes, I remember tweeting those. Yes, at the time I didn't know. What would they say? I didn't know that it would have this effect on me or whatever. And, like, I apologize. And, like, I get it. It's wrong. It shouldn't have been said. La da dee da. You know, normal stuff people say for that kind of stuff. I think we get it now. We get the procedures of what people should be saying. But so far, she hasn't said that. She just says, I'm sorry. And honestly, I couldn't barely understand her, so I can't really say exactly what she's saying.
And hurtful. I was so stupid and ignorant. And I have no excuses here today. I'm not here to give you an excuse. I have no excuses. I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry. And I hope one day that you guys can save me for the woman that I am.
For the woman that you are. We can clearly see right now what kind of a person you are. Because we can clearly tell that your whole body language isn't in it, that you seemed like you've been practicing crying in the mirror lately. And we can tell that you're still somehow avoiding explaining the whole situation by saying sorry. It was ignorant and I was stupid or whatever. But that's not really like it's not like, I feel like this is not how an apology should be. And she even titled it My Apology. Most people would be like, I'm so sorry, or like, let me be real with you, or like, let's have a talk, you know, like, but my apology? Okay.
And that I can prove to you guys that I'm not that girl. I love you guys so much. And whenever I see I disappointed you, it just breaks my heart into a million pieces. I'm so sorry for anyone that's been hurt through this. Anyone. I feel so just.
Can we take Punky? I'm so sorry. But can we take a moment to like see how many jump cuts are in this video? Like, we get it, it's 4 minutes long, but like, are jump cuts really necessary for an apology video? Or like a video that's supposed to be real, authentic, raw, you know what I mean? Like, jump cuts don't make an apology raw, authentic, or real. It makes it feel staged, it makes it feel fake, and unauthentic. And if she really wanted to make an exceptional apology, that shouldn't have been in there, the jump cut. And I feel like how she's treating this whole situation is very poorly. Because if we take into consideration of Jeffree Star, okay, we get it, they have beef. We get it, they used to be friends, and we get it that she used him for clout to get herself started off with her own cosmetic line. We get it. But even he had a better apology and owned up to what he said better than what she's doing. And we all know, or what we think we know, Jeffree Star doesn't really hide that much, unless from his recent like collab with Shane Dawson, it's like businesses that he thinks we won't be interested in. Like, we get it, some things are private, but girl, we know Jeffree Star doesn't hide anything, especially with tea and stuff like that. He will own up to his shit. And I personally like Jeffree Star because of that. No hate, please, but I've been a fan of Jeffree Star longer than I've been a fan of Laura Lee. So, in a sense, yes, I'm siding with Jeffree Star. And yes, I've heard that because of Laura Lee and all her guru mates, they kind of tried to take Jeffree down, but in a way, she took herself down. Because she didn't take into consideration that she had a similar past, especially with her tweetings. So, I don't know what that tells ya.
Disappointed that I don't even like to look at myself because like I can't even believe that I would retweet ugly things and be, things that would hurt people. Like, I can't believe I didn't see the pain behind that kind of tweet and that kind of behavior.
Usually when... Why did I mute it? Ah, fuck. Unmute. Okay, usually when you're a racist person, you tweet whatever's on your mind because it's your opinion. We live in a free country, and you do what you want to do. So, in her mentality of her thinking it wouldn't hurt anyone, because of how she tweeted, then she's not gonna really think too hard that it's gonna hurt anyone. She's just gonna tweet it. Obviously. But the fact now she got caught and she's getting backlash, she's now saying, oh, I didn't know that it was gonna hurt people. Usually when you tweet something, you do know it's gonna hurt someone. You do know that some people are gonna take it the wrong way. You know for a fact. I just burped. Wow. People are gonna think one way and people are gonna think the other. So it's not a new thing. I feel like it's more common sense of, should I tweet this or should I not tweet this? Because I feel like a lot of people want to tweet mean things, but we have to think first of common sense. Is this okay or is this not okay? And obviously at this time she didn't have this kind of common sense to think about this. That's just my 2 cents. But anyways.
Excuse. There's nothing I can say that's an excuse. I'm just sorry. I did that 6 years ago. I wish it was better 6 years ago, but I can't pray for the past. I can only pray for the future. I also want to say in this video that please please just, if you hate me, please just hate me. People have called my mother and threatened to kill her. They've gotten her phone number. They attacked a child. My 14-year-old niece attacked her. And I asked you guys, please just let this be me.
People have threatened your mother and your niece. If I remember correctly from what Trisha Paytas said about this, you don't publicize these kinds of things, especially if law enforcement tells you not to publicize it, because it does bring more attention to it and it will bring more. And I feel like that's just, even if it's true or it's not true, it's just a way for her to get more pity. That's, I feel like it'd be a pity ploy, you know? Like saying, oh, you guys are hurting these people too. Like, you guys need to stop. Like, this is hurting me. Like, in a way, like, pity me more because everyone else is, like, being a bully to everyone or whatever. It's hard for me to explain, but, like, I feel like you get it. Like, it's just a ploy to get people to pity you more, or, like, have people be on your side because people are being so mean and stuff like that. But for me, I kind of don't believe that her family's getting death threats, because normal people wouldn't really say that, because usually you'd report that to the police and the police would tell you, don't talk about it.
Let this be about me. It's not about my family. It's about me. It's not about anyone else. This is my sorry. There's another part of this story that, like, I don't know if you all know, but me and Gabriel and Nikita and Manny took a picture with our middle fingers up, and we were trying to mimic Kylie Jenner's birthday picture, and the picture was taken out of context, and it ended up causing pain, for other people. And I just want to say I'm sorry to Jeffrey for the pain we may have caused you in this. I didn't know that picture was going to be taken out of context and that anything was going to be said to you. But at the end of the day, it was done. So I need to owe you an apology for this. And I know we're not friends anymore, but I want to apologize to you. Thank you guys for giving me.
Did you see that jump cut? And it just, like, shows that she has just a single tear running down her face.
Some time. And I hope you guys understand that I just need some time now. I love you guys so much. And I'm sorry.
Can we just take a moment to, like, look at how many the dislike to like ratio? We can clearly tell how many people actually believe her and who doesn't. I just added my own little dislike. Anyways, my 2 cents of that whole situation was already said. That's kind of all I have to say. I just think she didn't really handle it in the right situation and should have watched what she said in the first place, and don't try to bring people down who will most likely have a better success than you, or else your own career is going to get shut down. So, there's that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and I don't know. Whatever. Bye.